friend of mine just hit me earlier on the text machine, hit the sled text machine, and he stated that hey, Cam Ward might be better than Shador. I say, hold on, you gotta slow down for a second. I ain't seen enough. Now I can honestly say I haven't. This is the first time I seen Cam Ward against a real competition. Not to say Cam Ward hasn't been playing anybody in the Pac-12. He has, but the previews of the game, this was the first time Cam Ward ever played against a crowd like this. Opening game of the year in the swamp, 90,000 people, and Cam Ward has just arrived. Cam Ward is throwing, putting on the show. He's been spectacular today. His slot receiver, he's been spreading the ball around. His slot receiver, Xavier, I can't pronounce his last name yet, has 7 catches, 112 yards. Isaiah Horton has 3 catches, 62 yards. Elijah Herrero has 3 catches, 60 yards. Jacob George has 2 catches, 25 yards. Mark Fletcher has 1 catch, 22 yards. Samuel Brown has 3 catches, 19 yards. You getting the point. Cam Ward has been throwing to everybody. He has been throwing the ball to everybody. He's not locking in on one receiver. He's throwing it to the open guy. You know, initially in the beginning of this game, I wanted to take my time and just watch and see how he shows up. This is the first big time game, like I said. Cam Ward came out and he was calm. In some aspects, I thought he was being lackadaisical. It was a play where he was scrambling. He scrambled to his left, and instead of running full speed, he was just, I don't want to use the word nonchalant, but he was taking his time. Let's put it like that. And I said, okay. They scored on that drive. And I said, okay. He seems very calm. And as the game went on, he played even better. He threw an interception. It was a deflection. It was a guy running a drag route, a crossing route over the middle. And the pass was a little high, and it was deflected. And the linebacker of Florida got the interception. So more power to him. He got the job. He did what he's supposed to do. He made that play. But apart from that, Cam Ward has not missed nobody. Cam Ward's been spectacular. I can honestly say I have to give him credit. Cam Ward has been spectacular. And credit to him. He said he was going to come out and make plays, and he has. Miami fought for him. Cam Ward wanted to go to the NFL. He wanted to go to the league. Miami kept pressing. Mario Cristobal kept pressing. And after a long decision-making process, Cam Ward committed to Miami. Now, don't get it twisted now. A lot of NIL, and a lot of NIL was the reason why Cam Ward went to Miami. But apparently, it looks like he's made the right decision. Because when you look at this Miami team, last season, Tyler Van Dyke was the quarterback who's now transferred to Wisconsin. And if you watch that game yesterday, Wisconsin struggled yesterday against Western Michigan. I'm not going to put that blame on Tyler Van Dyke, but you can see it. Miami was missing a quarterback. Miami has a lot of talent. Miami has been in the portal. Miami also has recruited very, very well. They have pass rush. They have linebackers. They have safety. Miami has it all. The question I had coming into the season was, would Miami be able to, with Mario Cristobal, be able to coach his way to potentially a national championship contender? Because when you look at Miami, Miami has everything. Mario Cristobal has been given everything. They got a great quarterback, like I said. They got a great recruiting. They've been recruiting great. They got a very good offensive line. And in my opinion, they have everything they need. Miami has everything they need. Man, if you go to last season, Cam Ward threw for over 3,700 yards last year. Miami threw, Cam Ward threw for 3,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's what he had last year. One of they run, he ran for over 500 yards last year, 5 touchdowns. They slot receiver, Xavier Respo, who currently has a 7 catches for 112 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 85 catches, over 1,000 yards last year. Miami has it all. O-line is big and physical. The defense looks like it's going to be good. We got to hold on the defense though, because they are playing Florida. So we can't really say too much about their defense, because they are playing Florida. We can't count Florida but so much. But when you watch Miami, they are just flat out they just flat out dominating Florida now. It looked like Florida. It's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It looked like Florida getting ready to tap out. It looked like the Gators getting ready to tap out. They playing like some Gators. My boys down there in Florida, from Florida, that was with me down at the Toot. They know what I'm talking about when I say they playing like some Gators. Them boys look like they getting ready to tap out there, out there in the swamp. It's 2nd and 17. They just, man, O-line looking like they just giving up. Another tackle for loss. 6-yard tackle for loss. This look like the old days. This look like the old days, the old Miami. And I ain't talking about from a couple years ago. I'm talking about when Ed Reed and them boys was out there. Vince Wilfork. Jonathan Vilma and them. That's what it looked like. It's 3rd and 20. And Florida didn't have one penalty. Florida has not had one penalty. Miami hasn't committed one penalty. It's just straight tackle for losses. So when you look at Miami, I think all of this is because of Cam Ward. I said the other day, a quarterback position is the most important position in all of sports. It's more important than the leadoff hitter in baseball. It's more important than the point guard in basketball. If you don't have a quarterback in football, you're not going to win a game. You're not going to be successful. And it appears Miami now has a quarterback. So one of the things I'm gonna be looking at it during this game is to see how does Miami handle success? See, one of the things you got to understand, the mark of a great team, not a good team, but a great team, is how do they handle success? Now, some of y'all gonna be listening to yourself. What do you mean how they handle success? What do you mean is They don't stop committing penalties. They don't start doing stupid stuff. They keep their foot on people's necks. They keep playing hard. They don't give up nothing. They take your heart away. How do they take your heart away? They keep hitting you every play. They don't make stupid mistakes. They keep dominating. The same way they built the lead, the same way they keep playing hard, they maintain the lead. They don't slack off at all. So we about to find out now, how does Miami handle success? How do they handle success? How do they handle success? And right now, they handling success pretty good. They handling success pretty good right now. And when you watch Miami, they are playing the right way. They had 444 yards to Florida's 190. Florida ain't even got 200 yards total offense. And Hurts, they just threw a pick. And he might go all the way. Man, Miami looking, hey, this is week 1. They are playing the Gators. The Gators looking like a 3-win team out there, though. This is we're gonna talk about Billy Napier real quick, briefly. Billy Napier, it ain't looking good. It is not looking good. Graham Hurst got hey man, he got hit old school way. He got hit, man, right in the ribs. He didn't even see the safety. Amish Powell got the pick. The Canes, hey, they looking like old school out there. You gotta give Mario Cristobal credit. You gotta give Mario Cristobal credit because you have to give him credit because it looks like, I know it's week 1, but you gotta give him credit. It looks like they might have some down there in Coral Gables. Now I got a couple of my boys, that's FSU fans. They not gonna be liking this. They gonna be expecting Miami to tap out. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. But when you look at Miami's schedule, you look at their schedule. Their schedule's setting up. Their schedule's setting up. Their schedule's set up. They play Florida. They're gonna win that game. They play FAMU. They're gonna win that game. They play Ball State. They're gonna win that game. They play South Florida. They're gonna win that game. They play Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech just lost Vanderbilt. They should win that game. That game is at home. They go to Cal. We're gonna see what Cal look like. Miami might not see nobody, might not really get real competition until they go to Louisville week 7. When they play Louisville. Then they play Florida State. Then they play Duke. Then they play Georgia Tech. And then they play Wake Forest and Syracuse. That's they're I believe after this performance today, Miami's season starts week 7 against Louisville. Miami potentially has a 4-game season. Louisville, Florida State, Duke, and Georgia Tech. The reason why I'm adding Duke into that game is because Duke was pretty good last year. But also they had a good, I believe they had the quarterback transfer to Notre Dame. He was the quarterback last year. I'm forgetting his name from the top of my head right now. So the point I'm trying to make is Miami has a 4-game season. If Miami starting week 7, if they beat Louisville, they beat Florida State, they beat Duke and Georgia Tech, They go to Georgia Tech. Remember last year, Georgia Tech. That's what happened. That's the game they supposed to run out. Mario Cristobal called a running play. The guy fumbles and Georgia Tech win the game. This right here, it's a 7-game. It's a 4-game season. Looking at this, I'm gonna be looking at Louisville to see how they look. Florida State, see how they rebound against Boston College on Monday. If and see how Georgia Tech looks moving forward. The way I'm looking at this should be a 12-0 Miami team. This should be a 12-0 Miami team. I just saw Miami, Florida, the 38 points in the home opener is the worst, is the most points Florida has given up ever in a home opener for Florida at home. 38 points. It looks like Florida might put the freshman phenom, DJ Langway. We might get to see him. I'm interested to see him. He was in the Gatorade commercial, one of the top players in college football, coming in freshmen in college football this season. But you got credit the performance. You really, really, really got to credit the performance by Mario Cristobal and Miami coming into Florida and beating them down the way they did, what they doing right now. You have to give them credit. Cam Ward has been spectacular. As we go through the other scores, we're going to go through the college football scoreboard. Texas is doing what they're supposed to do to Colorado State. Ohio State is putting it on Akron 31-3. Syracuse beating Ohio 38-16. Penn State handled their business against West Virginia 34-12. South Dakota State 20, Oklahoma 44. One of the games that we're going to talk about doing the scoreboard, we're going to be talking about Georgia and Clemson. We're going to be talking about Georgia and Clemson. And that was a game that changed in the second half. It changed in the second half. Georgia just took it up to another level. And Clemson couldn't really handle it. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't match the intensity that Georgia had in the second half. One of the first things I noticed watching that game, I always got I'm a line of scrimmage guy. When you watch that game, the first thing I noticed was the fact that Georgia's offensive line was excellent. Georgia offensive line was giving Beck as excellent protection. Carson Beck, he could stand back there and he could have did anything he wanted to. He could have ate a sandwich. He could have ate some wings. He could have drank. He could have had some drink. He could have did whatever he wanted. There was no pressure on Carson Beck in the second half. They had so much time. They started to throw. They threw a touchdown. They ran a drag route. If anybody know football, run a drag route, a crossing pattern, that takes time. They ran it out of trips, and the receiver receiver ran that drag all the way across the field. The DB for Clemson ran into the referee, and number I think it was number 24. No, number 24 for Clemson was the one trying to cover him. Number 18 for Clemson. I mean, for Florida, he took off. Nobody could catch him till he got to the end zone. They were running. They had time all day. They were running the ball, physicality. Guys were getting up onto the second level. Old linemen was getting up to the second level, punishing Clemson linebackers. It was spectacular second half. It was a spectacular second half. Man, they doing flea flickers out there, man. They doing reverse passes. Dude was wide open. Miami. You know, Clemson, we're gonna talk about Clemson at the end of the night. But you gotta one thing I'm noticing, one thing I see, and I'm gonna say this, and I used to tell my boys this. Dabo has not been the same since Trevor Lawrence left 3-4 years ago. If you look at Dabo, when Dabo got that job, he had Taj Boyd. Taj Boyd was a very good college quarterback. Very good. He had Taj Boyd. Taj Boyd did 4 years at Clemson. And then after Taj Boyd left, he got Deshaun Watson. He got Deshaun Watson for 3 years. Deshaun Watson was a top 5 player coming out of college. Deshaun Watson beat Alabama by himself in national championship. Then he got Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 player in college football, for 3 years. So Dabo had 10 years of top quarterback play. Once Dabo lost those top 5 quarterback, number 1 picks in the draft quarterbacks, everything went downhill. Now, you got to credit Dabo now. He had top 5 quarterbacks. He had top 5 quarterback. He won 2 national championships. He won national championships. And so you got to give him credit for that. You have to give Dabo credit. You have to give him credit for winning those national championships. But ever since then, every quarterback he's had since then has been a bust. DJ, the young man that's now at Florida State, came in highly recruited, highly publicized, and he turned out to be a bust. Transferred to Oregon State, left Oregon State. Now he at Florida, FSU. Now he at Florida State, and he can't win a game. He's a average at best quarterback, college quarterback. Now they got this other kid, Cole Kubiak in there, and he can't get the job. He can't do nothing either. Dabo lost his coordinators. Brent Venables got the job at Oklahoma. Tony Scott went to Virginia. And for all those years, Dabo never lost a coordinator. Dabo lost his coordinators. He's never been able to replace him. He has not been able to replace him. So now they languishing. And one of the other things is that Dabo said he ain't doing nothing in transfer portal. He said whatever weaknesses Clemson got, they not willing to do anything about it in the transfer portal. So Dabo looking at it like they in a bad shape now. They in bad. Clemson are in bad shape talent wise. And I'm looking at this Miami team right here. This Miami team looks like they're ready to go. They ready to do something big this season. They look like they're ready to go this year. This is what you're supposed to do. Cam Ward, Cam Ward looks like he's ready to go. So you got to look at this ACC and say to yourself, if Miami is going to do what they do, Florida State, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see how FSU is going the way they looked against Georgia Tech. I don't know. They suspect. But if you look at Clemson's schedule, they already lost to Georgia today. They got App State. That ain't gonna be no cakewalk. NC State, that's not gonna be a cakewalk. They play Stanford. They should win that. At FSU, that's gonna be a bomb burner right there. Wake Forest, they should win that. Virginia, they should win that. I don't know about Louisville. Virginia Tech, I don't know about that. Pitt, they should win that. Citadel and South Carolina. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I know it's only week one. And, you know, teams get better through the years. And Georgia's another level. Georgia's number one team in the country. Kirby has established himself after Coach Saban retired. After Jim left to go to the Chargers. Kirby now is putting himself on one of the top coaches in college football. And they showed that today against Clemson. Clemson ain't sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and say Clemson is on 5-loss team. Now they not that. But and Georgia made them look that bad. However, when you look at them though, the talent disparity was apparent to me, especially in the offensive defensive line. Them dudes that Georgia had out there just look different. They look like what Bama used to look like. And we're gonna see Alabama tonight. We're gonna see. Georgia, them dudes out there, they just look different on that defense. They got a lot of young dudes out there too. And they got some veterans who are planning to get first round picks. So man, this thing is gonna get real interesting in the ACC. We're gonna see how FSU responds Monday night. We're gonna see how they respond on. We're gonna see how they respond on Monday. Because Miami has been impressive today. I gotta honestly say. Miami has been impressive. They really have been impressive. You know, so credit to them. Credit to them. And as we look at these games, we got Joe Test, and them talking about how they sweating through their shirts. Come on, Joe Test, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. 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 We got Alabama against Western Kentucky at 7. We're gonna start off there. We're gonna see how Bama look coming out. They playing against Western Kentucky. They should be able to handle that. We got Ole Miss against Furman, Kansas State against UT Martin. We got Oregon against Idaho, Notre Dame against Texas A&M. Got my Wolverines, Michigan against Fresno State, Arizona against New Mexico. That's what I was thinking to myself. There's no reason why Cam Ward should be in this game right now. Cam Ward should be out the game. This is what I was talking about game management for Mario Cristobal. You know, I had a lot of discussions, a lot of conversation with one of my best friends, like a brother to me, and he's a big Miami Hurricane fan. And we used to talk about he's a big Miami Hurricane fan, and he used to talk about all the time. Hey man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. This is what I'm hearing. He be on the YouTube, he on this Twitter thing called Spaces. He be out there. He be on it all day, every day. That's all he do. That's all he do. And I told him, I say, man, listen, I have no problem with Mario Cristobal as a recruiter. Mario can get talent. Mario's a hell of a coach, man, coaching up people and stuff like that. But Mario's problem has always been it's coaching on game day coaching. Man, you got to be able to manage the game. And this is a prime example right here. You up 28, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm taking Cam Ward out. I'm letting that other kid get some burn. I'm taking him out. There's no need. If he's in the game, he's gonna hand it off. Or whatever he throw, just throw it away. But I'm taking him out the game. Maybe give him one more possession at the most. I'm taking him out the game. He should not be in the game right now. He should not be in the game. They should rest him moving forward. So as we look at the rest of these scores, really Texas was impressive today over Colorado State. Colorado State got some good players, man. 52-0. That's impressive, man. That's old school. That's old school beat down right there. Colorado State got Colorado in the next couple weeks. Quinn Ewers, they got Michigan next week. Of course, we play this coming in a couple an hour from now, and you know we're gonna find out who's gonna be the starting quarterback. We're gonna find out who's gonna be the starting quarterback for us. You know, matter of fact, let's see what I can bring up. You know, so as we watch as DJ Langway looking good. Grab this remote. Oh man. Let's see this young kid, man. This is the future of Florida football right here. DJ Langway is the future. It's the future. They giving them some simple stuff, little slants. They throwing slants. They try and get them. They try and get them in the rhythm. That's good. They trying to. It looks like they trying to get them going. Hey, he just got his welcome to college football. Got his head, got his chin strap knocked loose. Hey, he got the size. Man, they showing Florida fans, man. Florida fans looking dejected out there. You got Florida fans still talking about Tebow out there. Man, Tebow been gone in over 10 years. They still talking about Tebow. Man, come on, man. They gotta let that go, man. They just showed the dude got a t-shirt on say I miss Tim Tebow. Man, come on, man. Come on. What you man, you gotta let that go. That's like me. That's like me wearing a t-shirt talking about, man, Charles Woodson got one more year eligibility left. Charles been gone for 20 some years. 30 years, going close to 30 years. They gotta let Tebow go, man. It's over. Tebow ain't coming back. Tebow ain't saying no more speeches. It's over. Just like Urban Meyer ain't coming back. How come they ain't got no t-shirt saying we miss Aaron Hernandez? Come on, man. You gotta let it go. It's over. It's over. This is what I'm talking about handling success. Miami tackles for losses, dominating the offensive defense. This is one of the things I'm truly impressed about when I watch Miami. What I'm noticing is that they are physically they look the part on the offensive defensive line. They have the size. During the run games, I didn't see much penetration from Florida. I didn't see much guys in the backfield for Florida. And their defensive front has been playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage for. They've been playing on Florida side of the line of scrimmage. The, the young kid for Florida, he's running around, he's trying to do some things. So DJ Langway's come in. He's doing a little bit of things. You know, the game is moving so fast for him right now. You know, but credit to him. He's trying to hang in there. He's trying to. You see him taking deep breaths, trying to slow his mind. He just playing off instincts right now. He don't know what's going on, but he just playing off instincts. You know, he just playing off instincts right now. They just playing off instincts. Watching this, see this Buckeyes 45-6. They pulled away at the end. I'm gonna talk about the Buckeyes now. Watching the Buckeyes, the first thing I notice is, and let me go to their game right now. you know. So they're kind of what I noticed from the Buckeyes in the offensive line, defensive line. I'm always start there with Hit the Sled. I'm always gonna start on their O line, D line, right? Their O line, D line, from what I see, the offensive line, they're okay. I'm looking at them. Travion Henderson has 8 carries, 65 yards, 8 yards a carry. Quinshon Junkin, 13 carries, 55 yards. The quarterback, Will Howard, 4 carries, 18 yards. The quarterback passing, Will Howard, 17 for 228, 3 touchdowns. Those numbers are not typical Ohio State numbers, but maybe that's how they feel as though they're going to win. Them people that I'm watching right now in the stands, man, they they don't spend 20 million on that roster right there. They don't spend $20 million on that roster. And from what I saw, I mean, they looked okay. They looked okay. They looked okay. They look like they normally do. I don't see no Joey Bosa out there. I don't see no Nick Bosa out there. I don't even see a Chase Young out there. In the middle, I mean, CBS is giving them praise right now. He went 17 for 28, 28 yards. Okay. If I'm in the Big Ten, if I'm Penn State, by the time I get home, none of them boys don't scare me. None of them boys don't scare me. If I'm Penn State, I gotta play them boys. They gotta come to Happy Valley. Okay. They don't nothing about them scare me. Am I scared of Will Howard coming in there? Not from what I saw. Now they're gonna put up some numbers because next week they got Western Michigan. Western Michigan gave Wisconsin some go last week. They gave Wisconsin some go. Wisconsin really, 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 really had to fight for that. So they're gonna come in there, but when they come in, they're not gonna really give Ohio State no problems. You're not gonna find out about the Buckeyes until they go to Oregon. I'm gonna tell you this: if the way they're playing, Western Michigan, Marshall, then they play Michigan State, Iowa. But Iowa offense is not. It's really, really not. Iowa offense is no good. Iowa offense is really, really not where it needs to be to give them any problems. Iowa with that defense is going to be a different story. And I don't know why Iowa got to keep going to Ohio State. They can always go to Ohio State. Why they can't go to why they can't go to the Kinnick? They always got to come. They always got to go there. Why is it that Ohio State can't never go to Kinnick? Why is it that they can't go to Kinnick? I want to know that. So, from what I saw, though, I ain't see no James Laurinaitis out there. I ain't seen no Andy Casamoy out there. What about Sean Springs? I ain't seen none of that. I ain't seen no Luke Fickle out there. No Big Cat. So if I'm the other teams in the Big Ten, I'm looking around. I'm saying to myself, what is about these dudes right here I need to be worried about? Now, their schedule is gonna permit them to be. Everybody's gonna keep talking about them. They are playing, from what I saw today, they are playing a lot different from what they're used to playing. So as the season goes on, they're gonna pull away. They're playing a little bit more physical, but nothing that they're doing is super duper impressive. Now the young kid, the freshman, he's really good. He's gonna be something. He's gonna be something. That young man, he's gonna be something. But are they gonna have the quarterback to use him? He threw a nice pass on the slant right there. That was a great. That was a good. It was a slant. Okay, let's not make it into. He threw a fade stop, a little fade stop. Okay, all right, dude. Okay. Yeah. Is that right there? That right there that they did today, is that gonna put Fed? If I'm Michigan, if I'm the coaches, I'm not they okay. I'm looking at these old lines. This old line ain't impressing me. So we're gonna see. The fortunate thing for Ohio State, their schedule's not that difficult. Their schedule, their schedule's not difficult at all. Like I said, they play Western Michigan next week. They play Marshall. They go to Michigan State. They play Iowa at home, and then they go to Oregon. Then they play Nebraska, and then they go to Penn State, play Purdue at Northwestern, Indiana, and then Michigan. We'll see how that O line looks towards the end of the year. But as I'm looking at that squad right there, none of that. Um, I don't know, none of that scares me. So this is gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting as we go, because I'm looking at them. Sawyer ain't spectacular. Look, there's a guy coming on the blitz. But I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna hear from the media. You're gonna hear people saying, hey, Ohio State this, Ohio State that. Buckeyes 45-6. Whoa, they look, man. I, uh, I I'm trying to tell you, I don't know. I don't know. So we're gonna keep an eye on the Buckeyes. We're gonna keep an eye on the Buckeyes as hit the sled scoreboard keeps rolling. Texas, Nebraska over Texas El Paso. Dylan Raiola's first game. He's a ballyhoo hype quarterback, and it's a big game next week. It's his debut. It was a debut for Dylan Raiola. I'm trying to get to his trying to get to this Nebraska, see what Dylan Raiola. It's a big game next week. UTEP versus Nebraska. Nebraska versus Colorado next week. It's a rivalry game. Big game next week. NBC at night. Shador and them boys coming into town. Let's hear what Matt Rule got to say. Watching. Let's hear Dylan Raiola.
Just so thankful and grateful for everything that my parents have sacrificed and everybody that's been a part of this journey. So it's very fortunate.
You certainly looked comfortable from the get-go, but was there a point in the game where you felt like you really were able to settle everything into a groove?
I think my first drive, first and second was really a lot of adrenaline and my script. But other than that, we settled in and my money game took over and did a good job of that.
Thank you so much, Dylan. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go very good.
So 15 for 27. You know, he his father Dominique Raiola, man, played a long time with Detroit. He was a great center, man. Very, very good, man. He was a heck of a player, man, for Detroit. I remember him too at Nebraska. Well, when you look at this game right here, Nebraska, Colorado next week, like I said, Colorado beat them last year. Turnovers really killed Nebraska. And we're going to talk about that during the week. When you look at this game, a freshman quarterback playing his second game ever in a rivalry game, playing against Shador, playing against Travis Hunter. Man, I can tell you right now the game plan. I can tell you right now what's the game plan. You ain't got to tell me. I don't need Coach Prime and them telling me what's the game plan. Or I mean, Matt Rule telling me what's the game plan. The game plan gonna be we're gonna run this ball, and we don't think they can stop it. We're gonna run this ball. And then we're gonna play action. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna make it simple for our quarterback. We're gonna give him definite throws, easy throws off of play action. They're gonna come out. It's no mistake about it. If I'm the D line and the linebackers for Colorado, I'm already knowing you better bring your hard ass. You better be ready to go, because Nebraska gonna come out there trying to run the ball down their throat. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. That it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're gonna say we're gonna run this ball, and then we're gonna play action, and then we're just gonna dominate physicality. We don't believe Colorado is that good physically. We don't believe that Colorado can hang with us physically. That's what they're saying. And the game plan for Colorado is stop the run. Get them in third and long. That's the game plan. When you're watching this game, I'm gonna talk about this during the week. It's to me, this is an easy game to me, quite honestly. To me, this is an easy game. It's an easy game for me. Colorado is stop the run on defense. Their game plan is gonna be stop the run, force Dylan Raiola to beat us. He has to beat us. And they're gonna say he can't beat us. Second time ever in college football. He can't beat us. And the coaches for Nebraska is saying we taking the ball out of his hands. Our O-line is gonna beat him. Our running backs are gonna beat him. And our defense is gonna beat him. That's what they're gonna say. So we're really gonna find out next week if Colorado ready for what's gonna be in front of them. See, throwing the goal route, throwing a bomb, Dylan Raiola, throwing those bombs, that's easy. But let me finish here with Colorado. Colorado's game plan is just saying flat out. Their game plan is going to be stop the run, force him in third and long, and confuse him. On defense, that's their game plan. Colorado on offense, their game plan on offense is going to be jump out on them. Try to take the run game out of it. Try to force Nebraska to be one-dimensional, which means for them just to be a passing team. Make Dylan Raiola beat us. He got talent, but he ain't ready yet for that. He ain't ready yet for that. Nebraska on defense are going to say, our defensive line got to win. We saw that film last week. We watched that game. We saw that film. We saw how they can't handle twists and stunts and all that. Crowd noise is going to be a factor. Typically, when you go into a game like this, if you're the road team, you want to run the ball and take the crowd out the game. That's really what you want to do. But you know what the problem is? Colorado can't run. So unless they come out there, they run some run game we ain't seen before, this game is on Shador, which means that it becomes a defensive line issue, which means that they just pinning their ears back. Nebraska say we're going out the quarterback. We got a freshman playing defensive end, freshman on left tackle, who they didn't really give much help to last week. Is he going to be able to hang? Is he going to be able to stand up to that pressure? Is he going to be able to stand up to that pressure, to that heat that's coming? So, man, listen, I could tell you, man, this is an easy game plan now. Do Colorado, are they going to be able to withstand that pressure that's coming? That's the whole key to it. So hey man, we gonna find out. We're gonna find out real quickly where priming them at. We're gonna find out with Coach Prime and how Coach priming them. I'm really, really interested to see how they respond, how they come back from those makeup, those how they handle, how they coach up the mistakes they made last week. I'm really interested in that. I really want to see it. I really, really want to see it. I want to see how they respond. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see. So it's gonna be interesting as we move on to my Wolverines, who we are the national champions, Michigan Wolverines. Um, we it looks like the starting quarterback is gonna be Davis Warren. I always liked Davis Warren. When I used to watch him in the spring, I used to say to myself, man, why Davis Warren? Why Davis Warren came? Man, he looked like he's pretty good. I thought Davis Warren was pretty good. I thought Davis Warren was. I thought Davis Warren was pretty good. And so it's looking like it's gonna be Davis Warren. We're gonna be that's who's gonna be lined up on the center, and I'm very interested to see how they call this game. Our offensive line, we're gonna have a new center. Apparently, he flat out won the job. It's looking like we could have a redshirt freshman at right tackle. We're gonna have a new offensive line, but however, a lot of those guys have been playing this year. And we got a lot of changes. Sharon Moore takes over. Sharon Moore takes over this season. And it's one of those things where, hey man, it's time. It's time to go. It's time to go. You know, you got Alabama against this is the nightcap games. Alabama against Alabama against Western Kentucky, Kalen DeBoer's debut. And it's very, very interesting to see. Coach Saban has been adamant with his praise with Kalen DeBoer. As he said on game day this morning, Kalen DeBoer has embraced the culture, embraced the tradition, but also has done his thing too as far as the way they coach. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. TJ Finley, man, he's been a lot of places. Western Kentucky quarterback. He started off at LSU, went to Auburn, left Auburn, went to Mississippi State. Now he at Western Kentucky. I just want to see how Bama comes out. It looks like Western Kentucky is having some communication problems. So the same rule that's in college, the same rule that's in the NFL is in college as well. Um, if if uh if uh if uh if the one sideline is having a communication problem, then the other sideline has to take off their headsets as well. So let's hey, I'm also anticipating as well. See how Kalen the ball looks like on defense. I mean, comes out with his team to see how they look as well. It's gonna be really, 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 really interesting as the season progresses, as the season goes on, how they end up doing. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really, really, really interesting how 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 Kalen DeBoer handles his first game with a fairly easy opponent. If we look at Alabama's schedule, you look at the Tide schedule. The Tide, they're playing Western Kentucky today. South Florida comes to town. Then they go to Wisconsin. And then they play Georgia. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you something now. Let's see how Bama looks. Georgia on another level. Georgia on another level. Kirby ain't playing around. Kirby is not playing around. We about to find out. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. But, man, Georgia's on another level, everybody. Georgia on another level. Now, I'm not sitting here saying they invincible. Now, I ain't saying that at all. But they gonna come out, ready to go. They gonna come out, man. They got Bama in 4 weeks, in a month. End of the month, around this time. They're gonna be playing Georgia, I should say, excuse me. Jackson Dot Ole Miss. I've said this. I'm gonna speak about Ole Miss now while I have you in front of me. Ole Miss, man, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I'm sorry. Ole Miss, every single year, Ole Miss is predicted to be great. Ole Miss every year is protected to be great. Every year, Ole Miss, everybody picks them to do great things. I gotta see it to believe it. I know Coach Saban said early when last week when game day was in Ireland that Ole Miss finally has the offensive line and defensive lines to do big things. I said, so for me, as I watch it, I'm just looking at it like I'm just looking at it and saying to myself, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I can't just I can't I'm not going by I'm not just going to go by I'm not just going to go by anybody on TV just saying something. I got to see it to believe it. I say I got to believe it. I got to believe it. So credit to him. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I got to see their offense and defensive lines. I got to see if Coach Saban. I feel as though if Coach Saban is correct, I got to see it because they showing a highlight right now. Georgia, man, Georgia was out there, man. That man, Carson Beck was out there, man. He could have did anything he wanted to. He could have did anything he wanted to. He was jumping up and he could have did jumping jacks back there. He could have did anything he wanted to. He could have did anything, and they wouldn't have did anything. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't touch him. Clemson couldn't touch him. Running back running scot-free till he get to the secondary. No penetration, nothing. You know, Carson Beck, 23 for 33, 278, 2 touchdowns. Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. Can't take that away from him. But when you ain't getting touched, you ain't getting no pressure. When you ain't getting no pressure, hey, that's what happens. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see moving forward. You know, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. Really interesting. Let's see what we got from. Let's see what we got. Got to check out the Ducks. The Ducks are playing. The Ducks are playing too at 7:30. Everybody, hey man, it's on. College football is here. College football is here. College football is here. What a time. What a time. Ducks got on all green. They got all green on with yellow fonts, yellow helmets. Okay, Terps, running Terps. They showing Maryland highlights. Man, I'm so happy for Locks, man. I just want Locks. I just want Coach Locks to continue to do his thing, man. Continue to play well. They talking about, man, you know, hey, this thing, man, the evening games are kicking off. Evening games are kicking off. Let's see. Man, listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys this. When I was when I played all those years ago, our first game usually was was usually down Lately Field. And we used to go out there, and it was one of those things where sometimes, a lot of times, it was at stadium downtown Charleston. I believe, what is it? Not Lincoln. Lately Field. We used to go. I remember my first ever college football game. Um, was at night. It was a night game. Kickoff about 7 o'clock, 7:30. All right. So we got Bama out here on offense. I'll tell you this: the weight room ain't changed. Let's see. I want my When I watch Bama, what I really want to see is, has Jalen Monroe gotten better passing the football? He just fumbled though. Held the ball too long. I want to see. That's the biggest thing with Jalen Monroe. Can he pass the ball? Can he throw the football off target? Jalen Monroe talking to Kalen DeBoer. Hey man, this is it's gonna be an ongoing process all season long for Jalen Monroe. Jalen Monroe, he's a good player. Every time he scrambled, he scrambled for over close to 10 yards. Every time he scrambled, um, he's not really his completion percentage throwing the ball for over 20 yards was 45%, but he did hold on to the ball too long. He got sacked 44 times last year, and that's third worst in the country. That's because he's holding on to the ball too long. A lot of sacks are not because of offensive linemen. A lot of sacks are not sacks because of the offensive lineman. Some sacks are because of the quarterback holding the ball too long. What was Finley throwing the ball to? He threw it right to him. Come on, man. Keon Sabb, young man, safety out of Michigan, transfers to Alabama. He got a sack. He got a sack. I mean, he got an interception. Excuse me. He got an interception. Let's see what Jalen Monroe. They're at the 16. Let's see if they're able to punch it in. Let's see. Let's see if they're able to punch it in. They're going to empty. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Counter. Oh, that's easy. That's easy for him. That's easy. Yeah. Jalen Monroe got the touchdown. Jalen Monroe with the touchdown, the running touchdown. Yeah. Can't wait for these second games to start. On the upcoming the second game, the third games at night for the kickoff. Man, what a time. What a time, man. What a time. College football is here. Fall is here. The weather is going to start changing. Football season is here. And just the excitement of it all, just seeing it, just just having it here is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. On the Big Ten Network, you got Oregon, Iowa, Idaho, NBC. You have Michigan, Fresno State, ESPN, Alabama, Western Kentucky, Texas A&M, Notre Dame on ABC. Hey man, it's a great time to be alive. You got to enjoy it. And we're right here live on Hit the Sled Studio. Hit the Sled Studio. We're live. Can't wait for the third games, the primetime games to begin. Can't wait for my Wolverines to kick off their season. Man, it's gonna be exciting. Who's gonna be the starting quarterback? When you look at our team, if we get adequate quarterback play, we're gonna do big things. I'm looking at my comments, and I have one of my friends, one of my boys. He's a big Hurricane fan, and I don't know if he was watching at the very beginning when I was streaming Hit the Sled as Cam Ward. Cam Ward did his thing today. Absolutely, Cam Ward did his thing. Cam Ward was spectacular today. Cam Ward if Cam Ward plays like that the rest of the season, Miami should be. They should be in national championship. They should be in the playoffs contending for a national championship. They were very impressive today. Cam Ward was spectacular today. And to be quite honest with you, they after watching Florida State, after watching Clemson, after watching now Miami, hey, Miami's in prime position. Miami's in prime position. We're going to see though. We're going to see. We're going to see how they react to success. Now the schedule favors them. They have FAMU next week. They're not going to be challenged until the week 7 when they go to Louisville. That's the next time they're going to be challenged. After they play Louisville, I believe they got FSU, Duke, and then Georgia Tech. In my opinion, Miami has a 4-game season. Starting when they play, starting when they play Louisville. They're gonna be imposing this season. They're gonna be if they play the way they're supposed to play, they're gonna be extremely, extremely impressive. But we won't find out about Miami until they play Louisville. And that's when we'll find out. And we got to see how Louisville plays, how they handle it, and we'll see then. They go to Louisville. By then it will be cold too. So we'll find out, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see hey man, that's why they play the games. We'll see. We'll see. And as I sit here watching the national champions run out the tunnel, Sharon Moore leading his team out for the first time as national champions. Michigan Wolverines. Hey man, nobody is talking about us. Nobody is saying nothing about us. We're not even getting mentioned. We're not even gonna get mentioned. We don't even get mentioned. We got Texas coming in next week. We got to handle our business this game. Nobody is talking about us. Nobody is, hey man, Michigan don't even count. People still talking about Connor Stallion. Even though the NCAA came out and said Connor Stallion, that had nothing to do with us winning the national championship. Nobody's giving us any credit. I'm looking at my comments. I got a question: How did the O-line play? The offensive line played very well today. They were impressive today. They were physical. They maintained. They played with right pad leverage. They came up the ball. They protected well. They were really good. They were really, really good. The offensive line played well. It was a total team effort. It was a total team effort for Miami today. Their defensive line was impressive too. In my opinion, the defensive line was more impressive than the offensive line, to be quite honest with you, because their defensive line played with tenacity. They were playing physical. They were physical. They didn't commit any dumb penalties. They played with the right mentality the entire game. And I just feel like, man, if Miami can keep that up, they look like Vince Wilfork in the old Warren Sapp days of Miami. But it is one game. Florida might be a 4 or 5 win team though. So we got to be easy what we say. But Miami was really, really good today. They were great. They played. Cam Ward is real deal. Cam Ward, I said in the beginning of the Hit the Sled on Scoreboard show, live in the Hit the Sled studio. Cam Ward was impressive. It was his coming out party. Cam Ward, he used to play well out there in Washington State, but nobody paid attention to him. You had to be a real college football fan to know much about Cam Ward. Cam Ward was doing these things last year, but nobody paid attention. Now, though, he's in the national spotlight. He's in the national spotlight. and he keeps doing this, he keeps putting up numbers, he's gonna be in New York. And if they can go undefeated, he's playing himself at least first round pick, top 10, top 5 pick. So, but that's a long ways away. It's only week 1. We'll see. We'll see. But you have to give credit when credit is due. Cam Ward has a right. I was getting text messages, people saying that he's better than Shador. And I was just like, hold on, wait, wait on, hold, slow down. Gotta see more. Gotta see more. Gotta see Cam Ward play more. I want to see him week 7 now against better competition on the 4-game season. When Miami plays Louisville, Florida State, Duke, and then Georgia Tech. That's Miami season right there. That's Miami season. That is Miami season. That is Miami season. So credit to him. Credit Mario Cristobal. Did a tremendous job. No excuses. No excuses. None. No excuses. No excuses moving forward. No excuses. He has everything. He has the quarterback. He has the offensive line. He has the defensive line. He has the transfer portal. He got everything he needs. Receivers, tight end, offensive line, defensive line. Now we just gonna find out how they handle success. That's what we're gonna see. And man, I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see, man. I'm happy to see what Sharon Moore can do. It's gonna be his first time being an actual head coach for my Michigan Wolverines. And 110,000 in the big house as national champions. National champions. You know, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be something to see. It's gonna be something to see, man. College football is back. As the ball gets kicked off here in the big house. Man, what a time to be alive. What a time to see the amazing blue out there. What a time to see the amazing blue. What a time to see the amazing blue. Hey, Fresno State, man, they say, you know what? We're going right into we going to the heart of it. We taking this thing deep. For some reason, I don't understand why I didn't see much Fresno State last season. This quarterback's supposed to be pretty good. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be real interesting to see moving forward. 3rd and 5. Let's see what we have. Interception. Defense. Hey. Defense. Defense. That's what we need. 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 We got an interception, turnover, tip ball. Tip ball. Tip ball. Tip ball. Good job, Zeke Berry. Good job. Good job. Who's the starter? Davis Warren. Davis Warren. Davis Warren. Davis Warren is the starter for Michigan. Donovan Edwards. Donovan, you can't bounce everything now. You got to run it up in there. You got to run it up in there. You can't bounce everything now. You can't bounce everything. Let's go. Coles and Lovelace. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey man, all we need him to do is play. Is all we need Davis Warren to do is play the way he's supposed to play. Be part of the reason why you win and not the reason why we lose. Evan Link is starting at right tackle. Evan Link is the starter at right tackle. Um, what a great block, man. What a great job blocking. What a great job blocking on that jet sweep. What a great job blocking. Great job. Great job blocking. Pin him, pin him, pin him, pin him, pancake. There ain't no flag 22. That's no flag. That's a great job. They sealed it, and he was able to turn that corner. Man, what a job. What a great job. Let's get this run game going. Timeout. I like what I'm seeing. The fundamentals have not changed. The fundamentals of our offense have not changed. It's still the run game. Hey, our offense looks like our offense. Hey man, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real. I'm trying to tell you something. It's gonna be real. Nobody's talking about us. Nobody's saying nothing about us. It's like we don't even exist. Hey, don't matter. We just gonna go out there. The tight end. It looks like one of the. It was targeting. It was targeting. It was targeting on the safety for Fresno State, number 11. Can't do that. Can't do that. 11. Can't do that, son. Can't do that. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. First and goal. First and goal. Have the distance. You know, So I just want to see, as you can see, as you can see, as you can see, touchdown by the Wolverines. Hey man, that's what that hey, that's how it gotta be. That's how it has to be. There you go. Hey, we got our first touchdown of the season. Donovan Edwards. Hey man, it's great to see it. I'm happy to see it. O line gave Davis Warren protection. He was able. Hey, he got all the protection he needed, and he took it in. So hey, from what I can see, business as usual. Business as usual. Business as usual. Business as usual. Looking at the Ducks and Idaho. I want to see. I want to see what the Ducks. I want to see what the Ducks look like. I want to see. I want to see what the Ducks. Yeah, number 6. Yeah, he took. Yeah, he took. He took a hell of a thing there. He took a hell of a shot. Offensive line was solid. Offensive line was solid. Offensive line was solid on that play for the Ducks. I want to see there in the goal. I want to see the mentality. See what type of mentality Oregon has. What type of mentality they have in running the football. Hmm. Third and 7. They're in the red zone. They can get a first down at the 1. 2 times. The first time they try to run it, third and 4. That was a good throw. That was a good throw on his part. That was a pressure got to him late. Pressure got to him late. Pressure got to him late. Third and 9. What a play by Will Johnson. What a play. What a play. What a sack by the defense. Somebody was supposed to, it was supposed to, somebody blew the somebody was supposed to be ET. Somebody messed up. Somebody on that defensive line messed up on that. Somebody messed up. That's okay though. It's all part of hey, first game of the year. You learn from it. Hey, that's cool. That's okay for right now. You got to clean it up though. I'm sure they're gonna talk about it when they come to the sideline. If either Derek Moore, somebody went inside, somebody was supposed to come around. You gotta see that. Can't have those mental busts. Can't have it. Can't have those mental busts. Cannot have it. Can't have these mental busts. Can't have it. Can't have it. Cannot have these. Cannot have those mental busts. Cannot have those mental busts. Cannot happen. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Taking them the big hog mollies up front. Let's see. Let's see how they. Let's see. Let's see what they. Let's see how they. It's third and 7. That's free play. Free play. Free play. Flag for offside. Texas A&M, the white helmets, looking sweet. Last time I saw him with those helmets, Johnny was out there. 5 wide. Let me see what the protection looks like. Just saw in the comments. Somebody's my boy, one of my boys hitting me up, letting me know, yeah, defensive line for Miami played great. Absolutely played great. You know, they played great, and I'm happy to see, I'm happy to see, I'm happy to see, Miami with a great outing, man. You got to give him credit, man. You got to give him credit. You got to give him credit. You know, you know. Hey, Wolverines physicality, physicality, physicality up front, physicality. Man, you got to run that ball, come downhill. Got to run the ball, come downhill. Everything works off the run. Everything works off the run. Hey, hey, got to keep going, keep going. Offensive line play. Look at that. Hey, physicality don't matter. We're gonna keep we keep running that ball, man. First quarter, you get 3, you get 2, 3, 4 yards. Second quarter, it turns that was 3, 4 yards, turns 5, 6, 7, 7, 8 yards. By the fourth quarter, that's 8, 9 yards. You got to keep pounding the rock. Oh man, I like the size up front, man. I love what I'm seeing up front by the O line. O line for Michigan looking good. Running that ball, coming downhill. Little screen. Okay, that's gonna be tough right there. But I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing from we got the old school O line. Everybody's gone. All those guys are in the National Football League. All of them in the NFL. Now we got a new group in there. Hey, but a lot of those guys played last season. A lot of them played. So even though they're starting for the first time, this is not their first time starting. They really, ah, it was sealed too. They tried to run a toss, tight end block. Safety came running downhill. Good play, good play, good play on his part. That's a good play. That's okay. Good play. Good play on his part. Good play. 3rd and 10. Let's see. Let's see what Davis want. Let's see what Davis want. Let's see what he can do. This is what I want to see. Pass protection. Ah, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. Young quarterback, first time. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too much, so slow it down. Punt team. Let's go. Let's see what Texas A&M Notre Dame is doing. Hit the sled scoreboard, live in the Hit the Sled studios. We're live. Alabama, Western Kentucky. 21-0. Okay. All right, Jalen Milrow. Let's okay, Jalen Milrow. Okay, Jalen Milrow. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back. Texas A&M kicked the field goal 3-0. 3-0 over Notre Dame. Let's see what Oregon is doing. Let's see what Oregon is doing. Live on Hit the Sled studio. Let's see. That game is on commercial break. But as we talk about what happened earlier today, while these games at commercials, the most impressive team that I saw today was Georgia. Georgia was extremely impressive today. Georgia came out today, and they, in the second half especially, they came out and they were ready to go. They came out and they made adjustments. The coaching staff made adjustments, and they came out and they just physically took it to Clemson. They physically took it to them, and Clemson didn't have much of an answer. Now, Dabo got to go back and think about what he's going to do next. Now, here it is. Dabo went and got that offensive coordinator. He got Lincoln Riley, brother, from TCU. He brings him in, gives him like $2 million a year to be the offensive coordinator. And since he's been there, he couldn't do nothing. He hasn't been able to do nothing. They've been terrible. Absolutely terrible on offense. The quarterback, Cole Kubiak, he can't do nothing. And so Dabo got real questions. If people got to start asking Dabo some questions, because Dabo ain't done nothing since Trevor Lawrence left. Since Trevor Lawrence left, Dabo ain't done nothing. Dabo has not been able to he has not been able to get in the playoffs since Trevor Lawrence left. The team has been losing consistently the last 3 years since Dabo left. Since Dabo left, they've been consistently, since Trevor Lawrence left, they've been consistently losing. 3 games, 4 games a year. And now it looked like they tapped out on Dabo today in the second half. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. So credit to Georgia. Georgia was extremely impressive. Ducks go 3-0. Let's see what Michigan the defense, how the defense is looking, and let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So, hey, I'm really interested in seeing what how Wink Mondale, how is he going to coordinate this defense? Wink Mondale hasn't been in college since the early mid-90s. He's been in the National Football League since then. He's coming in from the Giants. He was at the Giants last year, but this defense is really his. This defense is his defense. It all started. Michigan's defense started when Mike McDonald, who used to work for Wink Mondale when they were with the Ravens, and Wink is coming in, taking over for the 2 coordinators that both work for him at Michigan. So the point I'm trying to make is Wink has to adjust to the college game. He has an adjustment to make because the college game is different. First thing about the college game, the difference between the college game and the NFL game is the hash marks. The hash marks are totally different. The hash marks are totally different, and the pace of the game, the pace of the speed as to how college college, the amount of plays being called. But it's an adjustment for Wink as well. But it looks like so far this defense, is it looks the same to me. It looks the same to me. So we'll find out next week though. We'll find out next week against Texas. Texas, that's where we're gonna find out. We're really gonna find out against this defense against when they play Texas. When they play Texas next week. When they play Texas next week, then we really be able to see. We really will be able to see how what it has Wink adjusted. And I don't know if Wink saw Steve Sarkisian when he was with the Falcons. Remember, Sock spent about 3 seasons with the Falcons. I don't know those years when he played when he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. Did he go against the Ravens during those times? I don't know. I can't remember. That's something to look at, something to look up, because Sock typically, when he goes against defensive coordinators in college, he has the advantage. But this is going to be a first game where he's not going to have the advantage, because Wink, I'm sure they're going to treat this game like a National Football League game, like they coach in the NFL. The only thing is it's going to be the pace, because in the NFL you don't play with that much pace. They don't play fast pace. You can't do that in an NFL game, and it's not going to work. It can't work. Only in spurts. Only in spurts. You can do it, but you can do it, and you can only do it in spurts. A typical NFL game is in the first half, end of the first half after the 2-minute warning, or late in the game when you're trying to do hurry up, or 2-minute warning and you're trying to score. Those are the times when you typically run fast pace. You do hurry up offense. In college, that's the norm. So it's going to be interesting to see next week. Hit the Sled studio. We broadcasting live during Michigan, Texas, high noon. It's gonna be that's gonna be game of the week, game of the one of the big games of the year so far. It's only week 2, but it will only be week 2, but it's gonna be really, 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 really interesting to see how Wink Martindale coordinates that defense against Steve Sarkisian for Texas. It's gonna be really, really interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how do they coordinate that defense. What's the plan? How do they plan on attacking Quinn Ewers? How they're attacking the protection and stuff like that. So I'm eagerly expecting. I'm gonna be watching closely to see how they're going about attacking Texas. And I'm also interested to see how they're going to go about attacking Texas, because Texas last year, Texas was like 100 and something in pass defense. Now we got a new quarterback, a young guy. He's not young as far as his time in college, but he's young as far as his playing time. This is his first time that he's going to be playing extensively. So we're going to see. I want to really, really see how Sharon Moore and the coaches attack Texas through the air. I want to see. I want them to see them open it up a little bit too right now. To give Davis Warren some reps. Let him throw the ball a little bit. Okay, play action. He threw the ball hung. Yeah, he threw it. He hung it. It hung in the air. He underthrew it. That's what I said. The ball hung. He's open. Throw it. He underthrew it. That's what I said it. I said it. He underthrew it. Great play by number 1, though. Great play by number 1. Great play by number one, the corner. Yeah. Good push. Good push by Fresno State's offensive line on that one. Good push. Good push on that snap. Man, way to run down the line, Derek Moore. Way to run down the line. Way to run down the line. Man, what a run. What a run down the line. That's a hell of a run. What a run, man. He ran straight down the line, and that little running back could not turn the corner. Man, great pressure. Great pressure. Great pressure. Great pressure. Great pressure. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Man, Jay Sean from Maryland. I don't know how they got him. Man, that was a hell of a pickup by Michigan, man. That was a hell of a pickup by Michigan. That was a hell of a pickup by Michigan. Hell of a pickup by Michigan. Hell of a pickup. Hey, I love what I'm seeing. I love it. I love what I'm seeing defensively. I love it. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. We're live in Hit the Sled Studios. I see. I got a couple of my boys in the comment section. I'm just speaking the truth about Dabo. I've been saying it for years. And I'm gonna say it again. Dabo got real lucky. For 10 years, he had great quarterback play. He had Trevor Lawrence for 3 years. He had Deshaun Watson for 3 years. That's 6. Then he had my other man, his name is escaping me right now, for 4. That's 10 years. Now, credit to him, that 10 years, he did take advantage of it. But since then, he hasn't done anything. Those are the facts. And until I see him win without Dabo, without Deshaun Watson, until I see him win without Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, and I think it's going to continue to be. I think he's going to continue to struggle. Then Dabo has the policy of not taking nothing out the portal. He doesn't believe in taking in transfers. You know, that's something, you know, you can't do it. He had a lot of young guys playing today, and those young guys wasn't ready to play Georgia. They were not ready to play today. They freshmen. They not gonna be ready to go against Georgia. Georgia, those guys out there, they were ready. They were, man, Georgia got elite talent. I saw today a stat. One of the commentators for ESPN said today that Georgia had, for the first time in history, they had 20 ESPN 300 signees. That means if they signed 24, 25 people in their class, 20 of them was in the top 300 players in college football for last year, recruits. You know, that's hey man, that's elite talent. That's elite talent. That's elite talent. You know, and Dabo said he don't believe in that. The other team I got to talk about that had a very good day too. I got to give it to Penn State. Penn State had a very good day. Penn State went into Morgantown and they beat West Virginia. But they did that last year too, though. Penn State beat the Mountaineers last year. The thing about Penn State, I got to see Penn State win a big game. I got to see Penn State beat somebody of significance later on in the year. Penn State's main problem has always been winning against Michigan or Ohio State. You look at Penn State's schedule. Penn State plays Bowling Green. They play Kent State. They play Illinois. They play UCLA, at USC, at Wisconsin, Ohio State, Washington, at Purdue, at Minnesota, and finish up against Maryland. I'm gonna tell you this now. Penn State, until when they go to they go to the Coliseum, they should be 5-0. They should be 5-0 when they go to Coliseum. That's gonna be a big game. And then they go to Wisconsin. And then they play Ohio State. Penn State gonna lose 2 of those. Penn State is gonna lose 2 out of those 3 games. They play Washington at home. Washington has lost a lot of players, transfers. They more than likely they'll beat Washington. But when they go to USC, they go to Wisconsin, they play Ohio State, they're gonna lose 2 out of those 3. And listen, I like James Franklin. I thought James Franklin was supposed to be the head coach in Maryland when Fridge was here. He was the offensive coordinator before he went to Vanderbilt, and he did a tremendous job at Vanderbilt. So I like James Franklin. But the problem is with Penn State. Penn State never wins the games that they supposed to win. The last 3 years, 4 years, they always lose to Michigan or Ohio State. They'll go 9-3, 10-2, but the 2 losses against Michigan, Ohio State. You got to get over the hump. They feel like they should be getting over the hump. They feel like Penn State feel like they should be the upper echelon, in which Penn State got a history of doing big things. They do have that history, but Penn State also is a team. It's a school. It's a team where they have not won the big games when the chances have been in front of them. They just haven't. I'm sorry, they just haven't. And that's something right there that they have to work on. They have to, maybe this year they'll get over the hump. They got a chance against USC, against Wisconsin, and against Ohio State. You know, so you got to credit, you got to credit him. You got to hopefully James Franklin can get over the hump. Hopefully, they can get over the hump. Hopefully, they can get over the hump. Let me see what Texas A&M, Texas A&M, Notre Dame. 5 minutes left. First quarters, 3-3. Fall start. Notre Dame is a very interesting team. I think Notre Dame is very interesting. They got a brand new offensive line. They really, really young up front. They got a quarterback, the quarterback that transferred in from Duke, Riley Leonard. So they should be interesting. They got a veteran defense, which is showing up right now at A&M. I'm shocked that Notre Dame scheduled this one. I wouldn't think so. But they credit them for doing it. Credit them for going to play Texas A&M. Credit them for doing that. 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 Let's see what Oregon and Idaho. Still 7-0 second quarter. Idaho hanging in there. Idaho is hanging in there. Let's see UCLA and Hawaii. Rainbow Warriors. 7-0. 7-0 on Deshaun Foster. UCLA, man, that's a man. Chip Kelly, man, that is still unbelievable. Chip Kelly, resigned to go be the offensive coordinator. Chip Kelly resigned to be the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. He resigned from UCLA. Let's go now. They gotta take the pressure off of on Riley Leonard. I mean, off of Davis Warren, man. We need some, just get some field goals. I mean, get some first downs, get some first downs. Get them in the rhythm. I don't think they, other than throwing the screens, they haven't really tried to get them in the rhythm. Come on, Davis. Come on. Let's see what Jalen Milroe. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. But as these teams are on break, let's go back. Let's see the box score of what's going on at the Alabama, Western Kentucky. Jalen Milroe, he's only 3 for 4. He has 2 touchdown passes, 114 yards, couple bombs. That's what it looks like. Jalen Milroe, it's going until Bama plays. They go to Wisconsin in 2 weeks. That's when we'll get a better idea as to where Alabama is at. We'll find out then. We will find out then. But it's gonna be really interesting how Alabama looks this season. It's gonna be really interesting to see how Alabama looks this season. It's gonna be really interesting to see how Alabama looks this season. We got to get some first down. We up 7-0, but we got to get moving, get the ball moving. They trying to get the refs microphone together. Man, modern day technology, man. Modern day technology. Good play by this kid right here, number 1. He's a good player. He's a really interesting player. Keon Sabb doing his thing, man, from a Michigan safety, transferred to um transferred to Alabama. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Clearly, you can see they're not trying to do too much with Davis Warren. They're not trying to do too much with him. They got to loosen his reins up, man. I believe they really, really need to loosen up his reins and let him. Good play by Fresno State. beats him clean. Beats him clean off the line. Beats him clean off the line. Beats him clean off the line. With that being said, I'm a log off for the night. We're gonna have a review of all the games that happened tomorrow. All the games that happened today. Go over each one of them, talk about them, review them. But for tonight, in this stream for tonight, we're gonna pick it up again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Live from the Hit the Sled studio. Man, I appreciate everybody. Man, appreciate y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm currently Hit the Sled. Follow me. I'm on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me. I'm on Twitter at Hit the Sled, TikTok at Hit the Sled. And I appreciate you. Man, this is just the beginning. We're gonna keep on going and we're gonna keep moving forward. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate y'all.